Welcome to the Confidence in You podcast with Helen Luxford. Here we talk about all things life. Are you the pillar that everyone leans on, but inside you're searching for your own support? You might feel a nagging disconnect between who you present to the world and how you feel inside. You believe deeply in your own strength and courage, but there's a whisper of self-doubt that lingers. Join us on this podcast to talk about all of those things and more, and we might just throw in a little bit of neuroscience along the way. So let's get started. Here's your host, Helen Luxford.
Hi, beautiful souls, and welcome back to the podcast. Thanks for being here again. I'm thrilled to be on this journey with you, and today we're diving deep into reigniting your inner flame and finding joy even when it feels like we're living in a whirlwind environment. So let's get started. We've all been there, days, weeks, or even months, when it feels like we're just going through the motions. We're like a little hamster on the hamster wheel. Each and every day is busy, 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 and we just don't know where the time goes. But we do know there's no time for us anymore. And that spark that once lit up our world seems to have dimmed. But here's the thing. That flame inside you, it's still there. It's dimmed a lot, and it's just waiting for you to fan its embers again. Our lives, especially as strong, driven, busy women, can sometimes feel overwhelming. And sometimes we don't want to admit that because we just like to push through to get on, just be able to do it. But juggling work, family, and personal commitments, it's a lot. And amidst all of that, it's really easy for us to lose sight of ourselves and forget about who we are and what we need. And today we're going to talk about how to find that joy again in your life and reconnect. First, let's talk about acknowledging it, acknowledging how we're feeling, because that's the first step. It's like anything on a journey. You need to know where you are before you can embark and head off on where you want to go. So for us, recognizing where we are now and that we're feeling this way is the first step. And really importantly, it's okay to admit that you're not okay, even to yourself, especially to others if you've got trusted friends, family, or people that you can talk to. But importantly, admit it to yourself that you're feeling a little bit lost, maybe overwhelmed, sad, tired, fed up, exhausted, or however you might be feeling. And realize it's okay. It's okay to feel that way. Not everyone is up all of the time. And it's okay to ask for and seek help and to talk about it. And to realize that you do need to prioritize yourself. Actually, really importantly, you need to prioritize yourself. Because if you're not looking after you, how can you give or look after others? Just ponder that for a minute. Next, let's focus on small joys. Sometimes in the chaos of our life, we do forget to appreciate that there are little moments and little glimmers of things that do bring smiles to our face and make us feel good, even if it's just for a second or a moment. It might be the laughter of a child, the warmth of a cup of tea in your hand where you can just breathe. Take that sip, hold the cup, and just feel that moment that you're relaxed, that you can just let go. Or it might be just the simple feeling of sun on your face. But we do have those moments, those little glimmers throughout our day. And quite often as busy, driven women, we just push them aside or we don't acknowledge them and we just move on because we're busy, we've got to push through, we've got to get things done. But these moments, no matter how fleeting they are, they're still there. And those glimmers and sparks are still in our life. And it's really important that we look for them and we cherish them. So my challenge to you, should you decide to accept it, is for the next week, make a really conscious effort to allow those glimmers to rise up and those sparks to shine. Let them come through when they're there and they're twinkling. Just grab them, embrace them. And when you do, hold on to them just for a moment longer or for as long as you can. Like it might be 5 seconds or 5 minutes or 5 hours, but allow yourself to sense them, to feel them, to see them, and enjoy them. And realize that you're enjoying them, as fleeting or small or as short as they might be. Those little glimmers are really important to grab hold of and to allow yourself to feel that moment. Next, let's chat about engaging in activities that light you up. And you might be thinking, oh God, I don't have time to do that. There's no way I can fit time in my busy schedule to do things that light me up. But bear with me for a moment here. I want you to think back and remember the things that you used to love doing before your life got busy or demanding or whatever it is at the moment. What were those things that you really enjoyed? Was it drawing? Was it dancing? Was it reading, hiking, swimming, painting? Just enjoying time with family and friends? Just having a bath or a shower by yourself without interruption? What is it? What were those activities that you used to enjoy doing? Was it basketball, badminton, hockey? Was it any sport? Was it no sport? What was it for you? Think about it now. Something will be rising up in your mind that you're remembering now as I'm saying this. What was it that you used to like doing? And whatever it is, remember now how much you used to enjoy doing it. So another little micro challenge for you is this week, make time for something. Just once, start with building in one activity this week that you enjoy doing. Now, if you used to play a game of squash and it took 2 hours and you don't have time for that, what is something else that you could do that just takes a few minutes? Something between 5 minutes and 30 minutes. What is something that you can build in this week? Carve out time, put a not negotiable slot in your calendar, in your diary, in your mind, that is the time for you to re-engage with something that does bring you joy. Something that lights you up, that makes you feel good. Just one activity this week that you really enjoy doing. And when you make the time for it, and when you do it, I want you to remember this moment right now. And I want you to notice how good you feel that you're reconnecting with something that does bring you joy. You're reconnecting in that moment with you and with what's important to you. And that is really, really important in life. And lastly, I'm going to spend the next few minutes introducing you to an NLP, a neuro-linguistic programming technique. It's really simple and easy to do, and I'm going to walk you through it in the next few minutes. You may have heard of it. It's called anchoring. So let's get ready and we'll do this together now. Just get comfy and remove your distractions. So if you're typing or doing something now, and if you're driving, don't do this now, do it later. But you need to have no distractions and you need to be able to concentrate on my voice and what I'm saying to you for the next few minutes. So make sure you're in a safe area, that you're not driving or doing anything that needs your full attention. And just get comfy, sit in a chair anywhere, in a park, in an office, at home, wherever. And I want you to go back and remember a time where you've felt pure joy or excitement or happiness or any positive emotion. And I'll give you a moment now to remember a time, because there might be many times, you might be struggling to remember a time. Either way is fine. I'll give you a minute now to remember a time that you felt happiness, joy, excitement, encouragement, a time that made you feel good inside. And as that memory is coming back to you now, and you're remembering and recalling, just allow yourself to settle into that memory when you felt great inside and really good about whatever it was. Now, as you're thinking and remembering that time, I want you to really go back there now. Take yourself back in time to that moment and relive it as full as you can. Remember everything about it. Remember as much as you can. Start with, how did it make you feel? You might be feeling relaxed or happy. It might be bringing a smile to your face. You may even feel a lot of warm emotions rising up inside you now, and that's fine. Whatever's going on for you is perfect. Feel into it, a happy, joyful moment. Now, see it. You might be able to visualize it, you might not, it doesn't matter. Either way is fine. Just remember it in your mind's eye. Remember how great it was. And if you can see things, you might be able to see the whole image, you might be able to remember just different parts of it. Whatever you're seeing is fine. And think about now, is there anything you can hear? Were there any significant sounds associated with this memory? Were you by yourself, or were there others with you? Remember it in its fullest as much as you can. The important thing here is to feel into the moment. Really feel as if you're remembering everything about it now. And it might bring a smile to your face, or a warm feeling inside, or both. Either way is fine. Now, as you're recalling and remembering and basking in that wonderful moment, I want you to bring your thumb and your forefinger together and press them hard together and hold it for 3 seconds. Press hard with your thumb and your forefinger together and hold as you're remembering all of these wonderful feelings that you're having. Hold now for 3, 2, 1, and release your thumb and forefinger. And still remembering all that wonderful stuff from that great memory. One more time, bring your thumb and your forefinger together again and press and hold them hard together now. Hold for 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and release them. And one more time now, you're doing great. Hold your thumb and forefinger together again and press and hold them as you're feeling the feelings of that wonderful time in the past. Press and hold them together now for 3, 2, 1 second and release them. You did such a good job there, that's great. You have now created an anchor for yourself. Pressing your thumb and forefinger together is now your anchor. And you can use this to help bring back these wonderful feelings you're feeling right at this moment. Whenever you're feeling low or sad or a bit off colour or things aren't quite right, or you may be feeling overwhelm or anxiousness creeping in, take a moment, stop, press your thumb and forefinger together, and voila, remember the feelings you're feeling now, because by pressing your thumb and forefinger together, you will be able to reactivate that positive emotion and allow it to come back up and help you move through that moment in the future where it's not quite right. So in the future, when you press your thumb and forefinger together, you'll be able to tap into these wonderful memories that you're remembering now and those associated great emotions that you've just recalled. It's such a wonderfully powerful thing to create a positive anchor, and you have just done it. So well done. And that brings us close to the close for the end of today's podcast. So remember that life is a journey and not a destination. And some days the journey will encounter rougher travels and might be harder than others. But every day is a chance to reignite that flame. Surround yourself with positive energy to help lift your spirits, whether it's people, music, a favourite book, time for yourself, whatever it is for you. Remember those challenges I set you earlier and create some space and time for yourself, because you've got this. You can do it. You can create a little bit of space for yourself and focus on what you want more of in your life. Identify those glimmers and glimpses of the things that come in and that bring you a bit of joy. Identify what things you are happy with currently in your life and capture them. Hold on to them for 5 seconds, 5 minutes, 5 hours, and create more space for those glimmers and those happy moments, and let go of thinking about what you don't have. Focus on what you do have and create space for more of that. Because you see, energy grows where focus goes. So focus on those good things that you want more of. And that does bring us to the end of today's episode. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. We're here together every step of the way. Until next time, keep that flame burning bright. And thanks for being here again. And if you enjoyed the show, please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. And be sure to come back next week for more. Until then, remember to let your light shine. Bye for now.